We talked to a lot of ex-NFL players. Brandon Lloyd came on our show. We talked to Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare, another guy that came all the way from another country to play football over here and really never played football in his country. And we look at the CTE problem that's happened over the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years. The NFL tried to sweep it under the rug. And Roger Goodell, say what you want about Roger Goodell, and I am not a big Roger Goodell fan. He's trying to clean up what the NFL did. And he was one of the guys that tried to hide the situation. The players union did win $100 million for the players. Some of these players are getting paid for the CTE problems that they had. Jarvis Green was on the show. He said it took him forever to get his money. He wasn't very happy with the NFL for what they did. What are your thoughts to this CTE situation? Some players like Patrick Willis, DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Calvin Johnson, they all retired at a young age because of this situation. Do you think that the NFL has done better with this situation? And do you know any stories that you know of some of these players that you played with CTE problems now after their career?
I think the NFL is improving on it. I think every year from how our equipments, I remember when I first got in the league, I was accustomed to a certain helmet that I wore, but it was enforced on us that these were the new helmets. And as time went on, we had to change the helmets. So I think they're constantly trying to do what they can to improve on the CTE situation here in the league. Roger Goodell cannot be to blame. He's the commissioner. He has to be able to pick it up from where it was and try to at least move it somewhere, and the next guy has to do that. This is a physical sport. We sign up for this. This is a sport that they say 100% chance you are going to be injured. You should know that. There's 100% chance you're going to become injured playing football. How severe that is, it's up to how rigorous you want to play the game. But I think the guys are getting wiser. I think the guys are getting smarter. They realize that, hey man, it's not all about the money. It's about our health. We want to live a longer life. You look at Kuechly. Kuechly left the game at year 8. He could have played 8 more. He's a Hall of Famer to me. He knew, he's smart enough to know he had to get out because it's inevitable. If you continue to play this game at that kind of level, yeah, you're going to have some traumatic injury. I can't speak on anyone. I can speak on myself because we're always drugged up for the game. People are not aware. Like, yes, I'm taking a shot just to play the game because my knees are hurting, my ankles are hurting, something's hurting, and I want to be able to play without that kind of excruciating pain. So every game, even Dwight Freeney, when we make the Pro Bowl, we always sit there and talk about it. You probably won't be able to play this game without that shot for as long as we wanted to play. So I'll say for me, maybe I had some CTE effects because after football, I used to be drugged up. Now I'm not as drugged up. And I'm starting to realize maybe my behavior is still more footballish, even around my family. And I had to check into rehab centers and just realize this is strange to me. Like life on the outside is not like life on the inside. On the inside, it's like that's your world. On this side, you can't behave that way. Over time, you clean yourself and you start to get to a place where you realize mental health is very important, and it's starting to become a big topic around not just football, but the entire sports spectrum. I think the league is doing a good job, not just to cover it up, but I played in the league and I understand that you're not going to get it perfect, but Roger and his team, they're trying their best to make sure that our guys are not going to go ahead and kill each other.
So one of the things they've done in order to reduce these head injuries across the league has been trying to make the rules a little more for catering to the quarterbacks. As a pass rusher, you kind of got it towards like the end of your career with these new rule changes. So what do you think about a lot of these new rules that a lot of these defensive linemen have to deal with now? And do you think it'll help long-term the CTE issue?
As much as I wanted to keep hunting those pass rushers, they're the most vulnerable player on the team. They're not lifting weight like we are. They're not running as we are. Yeah, we get some of our guys who come in the league who can run and do all of that stuff. But the position requires you to throw the ball. Protecting the quarterback, from my view, is very important. You can sack the quarterback and you don't have to impose such a hit on him. I remember at times I would hit Peyton so hard, and I don't know how he would take it. And I was just like, damn. You got to try your best to take care of those guys. They are kind of like the ambassador for our league. They carry the torch. You could sack a quarterback. I remember the referee will always compliment me when I sack the quarterback and strip him. because they realize he gets it. If you just hit his arm, the ball is out. It's a sack. So I kind of pride myself doing that more than trying to get there and just kill this guy. Most of the time, you're not going to win that battle.
Tamba, obviously, Tom Brady retires. He puts out a nice little thank you to all the fans, the Patriots, Robert Kraft, everything. And then all of a sudden, like 3-4 weeks later, you see him at a Ronaldo game. And then 24 hours later, he comes out on his social media and says, I'm coming back. I still think I have another year or maybe 2 years left in this game. And all of a sudden, Tom Brady is back. He's playing for the Buccaneers. Aaron Rodgers gets the biggest quarterback contract in NFL history, $50 million a year. Russell Wilson goes to the Broncos. The AFC is stacked now. Khalil Mack over there with the Chargers and Jackson Sons. You know, you were in the AFC practically your whole career. Now the NFC, which has been a world power over there, has become the weak power, and the AFC becomes so big. What are your thoughts of Tom Brady's return and really the transition from the NFC being so strong to being weak and the AFC being so strong, and your division, Kansas City, the Broncos, the Las Vegas Raiders, who landed Devontae Adams now. That division is as good as division we've seen in almost 20 years. What are your thoughts to the AFC just looking like it's going to dominate this year?
Tom Brady coming back to me is huge. I want to still see him play. He looked like he can still play.
5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, of course.
Yeah.
44 years old, and he's still doing it.
Yeah, he looked like he could still play. So it's kind of cool how he did it. He kind of kept the press down off of him. I don't want to keep talking about this all off season. Just, I'm retiring. I'm coming back. Good. He pulled the Jordan. Applaud the guy. He was able to get a little relief from football for a minute there. He came back. But the AFC, yes, having Mahomes, what Mahomes have done in the past, let's say 4 years since he's been a starter, we've played a championship game here. It's only made more players want to play in this conference because you're on prime time and you're playing against really, really good players. I think Russell Wilson got it. I think he figured it out. Like, I need to go play in the AFC. But what I see now, it's kind of hard, the AFC West, because now you got Khalil Mack with the Chargers. So that's Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack that's going to be haunting our guy here, Patrick. So that's tough. And then you got Russell Wilson, who's going to show up every game. Obviously, they're going to keep making moves out there. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting year. I don't think the NFC is just getting worse. I just think what's happening right now. You still got Aaron Rodgers. You got
4 teams in the NFC. That's all you got. San
Francisco.
Dallas?
You counting Dallas?
Oh, no, I'm not counting Dallas. No,
Whoa.
We never count Dallas, especially all the players they lost this offseason. They gave Zeke Elliott $60 million. They can't get rid of that contract. But if you look at now, the NFC, you got San Francisco, you got Tampa Bay, the Green Bay Packers, and the Rams. Minnesota good? No. Carolina Panthers good? No. Look at the AFC. You got Buffalo, Josh Allen. You got Mac Jones with New England. Maybe Zach Wilson's the guy with the Jets. The Jets. You got Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. Then you got the Cleveland Browns. Then you got Joe Burrow from the Bengals. And then you go to your division. You got Derek Carr, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's stacked. And Justin Herbert, too.
He's good.
Yeah, he's really
He's
good.
Tall and good. Yes, yes. No, you're right. It's all on the AFC side. You guys do this every day. So
we do this every day, but you played in this, and you would be playing in that nasty division right now. It's ridiculous. Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Derwin James. How could you look at these teams and not say that the AFC is not going to be more dominant than the NFC? But before we let you go, not only do we talk about your music career, how about your kids? How many kids do you have?
I got 5 kids. My wife and I, we got 3 boys together. I came in with 1 girl, and she came in with 1 boy, so we have 5 altogether.
Any of them playing football?
My 6-year-old, he played flag football, and my 4-year-old, he's going to be 5 here in a month. My 2-year-old, he's just all over the place.
They're babies.
Oldest,
they're babies.
Yeah, they're babies, yeah. Yeah. I started late, man. I had to play football.
Hey,
you know?
listen, I respect that. Derek Jeter had to start late.
He
He didn't start having babies he didn't start having kids till he was like 46, 47.
Really?
Yeah, it was late. I think he started having kids when he was like 44, 45. He has 2 daughters, and Derek is now close to 50.
Wow.
So, it goes fast, man. You're 38. You're still a baby, man.
I am.
You are. I'm 39, and I feel like my arms are falling apart, my shoulders. And I didn't play professional football, bud. So I could only imagine
It's falling apart, man. It's falling apart.
Look at your fingers.
I don't even wear a wedding ring. It's that bad. Man, can you imagine?
I could imagine. And by the way, I know who Gilly the Kid is, too. Great artist, underground artist that really came into the game. I didn't even know he worked with you. You signed him, but I know him very well. I know him very well.
I worked with him for a long time. Gilly is a character. What people saw back in the early 2000 about him, it's nothing. That's not even him. When you get around the guy, he's a clown. He's a funny guy. All he wants to do is smoke weed and laugh all day. It was a ball working with him. I'm happy to see him successful now. He found something that he enjoys doing. It was nice. I love Gilly, and I wanted to see him succeed, but I think he kind of knew that they was not going to let him in that door. He knew it. He milked it for long. We did like 5-6 years. He knew. But then I got the picture. My lawyer said, Tamba, they're not going to. He kind of said some things, and they're not going to let him. And then I was like, all right, cool. Let's get these albums out the way. And we did.
I actually wanted to give the listeners a little preview of your new track. The song is called I'm Not Sorry, just released last month.
Apologies. Here they talking about the boy, but that don't bother me. Hollering, sending subliminals. Shots they firing, yet I see no criminals. Records ain't adding up, I guess they ain't bad enough. Hits after hits, got them all now backing up. Whole city backing us, top no matter what. Yeah, it's that real ever since they scatter us. Rap.
Who is that? Is that you?
That's me, baby. That's me.
That's
you already
beautiful.
know.
That's beautiful, man. We definitely got to talk. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the production. Did you produce that?
I have a producer. He's in Nigeria. I don't do more rap. I did rap for the fans because I do dumb down music. I sing. I do more Afro beat. We just released a video today. It's called Can't Get Enough on my YouTube page. Rap is so controversial. It's almost like I'm always gonna fight someone in a rap.
That's true.
So we sing. I like to sing, and people want to dance. So we do dance, kind of love and lust kind of music, Afro beat, more rhythmic.
I loved it. I got to check it out. We definitely got to talk. I definitely like to work with you. I actually make beats, too. I sold some of my music to Neo over the years. So,
wow.
Yeah.
You're like a vet in this thing.
In the music industry, I've been a vet. I've been DJing since I was 15. I'm 39 now. So I've been doing it for almost 25 years, music and
so you
production.
can definitely,
I
could pick your brain.
I went from records to CDs to now digital. Now everybody can DJ. Some of these DJs are just horrible, and they don't know what it is to go back and use 70s music. The music world, they've lost the understanding of what 80s music was and what 90s music was, freestyle and all that other stuff. Only the old hip-hop production producers, and even DJ Premier, who I know very, very well, is from over here. He really rediscovered and really changed the way music really was produced and presented to the world. And now you have all the different people and all the different producers that are coming out now. So really appreciate you joining us, Tamba. I know you're a very busy guy.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Absolutely.
I used to turn down podcasts, and then someone sat me down and said, but Tamba, that your personality is like those guys. You like talking, so why don't you spend more time with people who want to talk? And I said, it makes sense.
Well,
so, I really appreciate it.
You want to know something? We're not a podcast. We're a live radio show. We're live, and our show airs on 103.9 FM here on Long Island. We're the only sports radio show that airs out here in Long Island, New York.
Really? So you guys are on the East Coast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm right there in Teaneck.
There you go. We got to talk, man. You're a music guy. I'm a music guy. Maybe we'll go to the studio and we'll work a little bit together. I would love to.
Yeah, I'm in the studio right now. You already know.
I see it over there.
Nice.
I see a board over there. That's a nice board over there.
Yeah, I'm here.
I see it, man. And that's what you need to do. You need to put the time and the work into it because you don't know what new track. Prince practically spent his life in the studio. So did Michael Jackson. So did Tupac Shakur. That's why after they passed away, there's so much music. There's so many tracks that they made that nobody's ever heard, unreleased stuff. So it's absolutely unbelievable. And I really appreciate you joining us. You gave us all the time. So thank you very much. And we'll talk very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.